What's up, Leafs Nation? Welcome back to another game preview. I'm Zack Phillips, and today we're going to be taking a look at game number 52 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season as they head out to Edmonton to take on the Oilers here tonight. An opportunity to snap a 3-game losing streak. You're going to get some guys back. You have also a chance here in all of this to calm down the fan base who is reeling after 3 consecutive losses, and not just 3 losses, but 3 losses in which you didn't play that great, and you lost in basically playoff-style hockey to desperate teams. Little bit concerning from Leafs fans. So we'll dig into who's returning to the lineup, how the lines shake out for this Leafs team here tonight, and we'll get into our best bet, a presentation of Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account with Bet365 today. Bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. That's code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. All caps when you sign up. Open an account with Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. All right, let's start obviously here with the most important part, and that would be our lines for tonight. So obviously over the last little while, even while this team was not playing so well, we saw some injuries. We saw some guys go down, notably John Tavares, Matthew Knies were out, Max Pacioretty has been out here. You're going to get these guys back in the lineup tonight, which is a massive, massive win for this Leafs team when you look at just the depth that was being tested over the last little while. To get these guys back in your lineup is a major bonus for this group. So taking a look at the lineups over on Daily Faceoff here right now. Starting with your first line, Matthew Knies slots back in, returning from injury. He goes back to the first line, and it just helps alleviate and send things down. Like Bobby McMann, who was playing unbelievable, mind you, and deserved that opportunity. McMann now down to your third line. Like a guy going from first line left wing to third line, like that is a massive, massive difference for this team and just helps with their depth. And honestly, like Bobby was doing unbelievable on that first line, but going down to the third here, you got an opportunity for him to be dominant in that third line. So first line, Knies, Matthews and Marner, they got to show up here tonight. You got prime time, Saturday night, Hockey Night in Canada, Leafs Oilers, McDavid, Draisaitl. Are you the big boys? Are you the guys who show up and play in these games? Are you the ones who step up in big moments? Show us here tonight. This is an opportunity for them to prove it. Second line, as I mentioned, Pacioretty and John Tavares, both stepping back. And this is something we talked about on the postgame show. We had people in the chat are calling in and saying William Nylander needs to be better, and all at the same time saying William Nylander's line mates stink. And I can kind of see it both ways there, where you're saying, hey, look at this guy, you'd like him to be better, but you're looking at him playing with Pontus Holmberg as his center and Max Domi as his winger on that. Like, look at the lineup here tonight. Max Domi's down to the 3C. Pontus Holmberg is on your fourth line left wing. That guy was playing your second center with William Nylander. And by the way, Nylander was able to step up even in some of those games and get on the board and be a guy who was driving some play and creating some chances. Just stuff wasn't being capitalized on. It's much different to have John Tavares and Max Pacioretty. That's a major, major win for this Leafs team here tonight against the Oilers. Down to your third line, which this is where you start to see things shake out and be a lot more a lot better depth-wise for this team, and in a much more positive sense because of how you're going to end up kind of allotting people and ice time and whatever. And that starts with Bobby McMann over on the left wing on the third line, Max Domi back at center, and Nick Robertson. This line had been good when they got opportunities to play together prior to some of those injuries from some of the big boys and them having to go up the lineup. They were good as a unit. Hopefully that can find itself back to getting some chemistry going here again today. Pontus Holmberg, David Camp, Steven Lorentz is your fourth line for this Maple Leafs team. Look, energy, bring energy. The Oilers' fourth line has been pretty good recently. Find a way to shut them down. Do not lose your minutes is mostly the most important thing I'd say for that fourth line here tonight. Those are your forwards for this Leafs team here tonight, and we're talking about Edmonton, and I was taking a look the other day. I was seeing that they had done their nation vacation out in Colorado recently, and they're going to be heading out to Vegas coming up. Well, they're not the only ones going on nation vacations. That would also be the Leafs Nation team who will be going to Nashville March 20th to 23rd. Make sure to head on over to nationgear.ca and check out if you want flight packages, non-flight packages, whatever it may be. Check out Nation vacation down in Nashville, going live podcasts. We're going to do a winery tour. We're also going to go to the game, Leafs Preds in Nashville there during that weekend. It'll be an absolute blast. Jay Rosehill, Nick Alberga, Carter Hutton, just a few of the names who will be down there that weekend. So make sure to check it out. It'll be a blast and something you for sure do not want to miss. This is not an ordinary vacation. This is a nation vacation. All right, let's get back to it here, and we'll go to the defense pairings for tonight's game, and where I think you're going to see things and say, you know what, that makes sense, that's a guys who should be playing together, is McCabe and Tanev. Ultimately, I mean, I'm listening to other radio shows, talk shows around, and it seems like everyone kind of has the same idea here that, McCabe and Tanev are going to be your number one pairing in the playoffs. Why not just leave them together and let them rock here? Like, why not give them some runway and see what they can do? So put them back together. They're unbelievable defensively when they do get together here. I mean, just letting them run free and saying, hey, just shut everything down. Don't give up opportunities, especially a night tonight where you're going to face off against McDavid and Draisaitl is ideal to have them going. A guy you need a lot more from here tonight is Morgan Rielly. Has not been good this year at all. Like, just has not been good. Has not played up to standards. I don't know if something's going on, but, like, even in the last game, we're looking at plays where he's just getting bumped off the puck and losing battles and stuff, and spaces on the ice that you can't be doing that, especially as a veteran defenseman. He slots in alongside OEL, who I think is a guy who can kind of stabilize things for him a little bit there. But at the end of the day, how many times can we say, oh, it's this partner, it's that partner, these are how these guys match up? No. You know what? Ultimately, like, Morgan Rielly, you need to be better yourself. It cannot be solely on your partners here anymore. You got to figure this out. So those guys go together as your second pair, and then your final pair for tonight, Simone Benoit and Connor Timmins. Philippe Myers comes out of this lineup. I mean, you're just rotating the bottom pairing guys now at this point, and I think that's fine. I think that's okay to do. So that's what you've got for your lines for tonight. Our power play unit is going to go back to Nyes, Tavares, Nylander, Marner, and Matthews. Again, with the 5-forward power play. You want to see how a real power play operates? Watch the Oilers tonight when they get an opportunity. That is all I will say. Those are your line combinations for tonight's game for this Leafs team, and your power play there, obviously, as well. Looking at the goaltenders, I believe at this point we're going to get Stuart Skinner and Joseph Woll to go together. Go against each other, excuse me. I mean, Joseph Woll has been really good. The other night, even, he gave you a chance against Minnesota to even be in that game. You look at some of the big saves and moments of that game where it's like him just calming things down, where, you know, they could have really just said, screw it, we're going to light this thing up. Like, the Leafs had pretty much no energy, no life in that one. They were sleepy. They couldn't get anything generated. If Minnesota had gotten a couple more, capitalized on a couple more opportunities, then maybe that thing is just dead before it even starts. And Joseph Woll didn't allow that to be the case. He gave you a shot. You made it just a tight game there in something you had no business being involved in because you didn't play that well, and a lot of it on the heels of Joseph Woll. Played really, really well, and probably going to have to do so here again tonight against the Oilers, a team that can generate some offense at a pretty high rate. All right, let's get to our best bet segment for tonight's game. We just lost our most recent one, but we are still up on the year. I mean, if we're doing these and we're giving out big +2, 3, 4, 500s, yeah, if you're even down on the season record-wise, we could still be up units-wise. And I mean, looking at this on the year, we're 18-36 here so far, record, but we are up 2.38 units. If you're betting along with us, betting in the same bankroll, sizing, units staking, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you follow along, things could be going positive for you this season, because it is for us here right now with being up 2.38 units. Let's get to our best bet. Our best bet is a presentation of Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, NATION. That's code NATION, NATION, all caps. Code NATION. When you sign up, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Make sure to check out Bet365 and be betting it over there. That is where we have bet every single best bet of this season. So we are going to go to the Bet365 site here for tonight's game, and there's plenty of games on the schedule, so plenty of opportunities to be betting here tonight. We're going to go to the Leafs Oilers game. We're going to go to player props, and we're going to jump on a player that I think will be firing tonight, ready to go, and probably in a good position here to kind of elevate his play and show what he can do in a game like this, where maybe his comparison has been Zach Hyman, if you know where I'm going with this one, and more so from the role that he's filling and the spot that he's fitting in on this team, and that would be Matthew Knies. We're going to go Matthew Knies, anytime goal, plus 350. A half unit on this one, $50. Look, the honest answer is I think there's like a slight edge for us here mathematically. I don't know that this is like blow you out of the water type of thing, but we're going to go a half unit on this one. We're going to go a little bit smaller. I just think he comes out firing tonight. I think he's ready to go, ready to play. I don't think he's going to be timid returning to action. Like last time when he came back from injury, he started slow. He got called out. Like he was in that lull. I don't think he's going to let that happen again. I think this is a guy who learns from his mistakes and says, hey, that was one time. It's not going to be every time. So tonight he gets rocking right out the gates, gets on the board for us here to cash our anytime goal scorer, our best bet of tonight. Matthew Knies, anytime goal, plus 350, $50. A half unit on this one, $50 for tonight, profits you $175. Make sure to check that out over at Bet365. Also, just a quick note, normally we are doing the post-game show, the After Dark show. That will not be happening here tonight. You guys know it, and part of the reason why I'm all dressed up here right now. The wedding heard around the hockey world, producer Vic's wedding, is tonight, so there will be no post-game show. But that being said, we will have a recap video of tonight's game coming out tomorrow on this channel. I will do a recap video. Still owe you guys. Want to get you guys my thoughts on the game and how everything went and all that kind of stuff. Want to make sure that it gets out there. And you guys can get an idea of how we're feeling and what goes on. And we still do a recap. But will not be a post-game show or no After Dark show here tonight. We're going to producer Vic's wedding. So everyone drop in the comments below a congratulations to producer Vic. Hey, good luck to producer Vic. Should be a fun night and fun time for all of us involved. But that'll do it for me for the pregame show. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe here to the channel, Leafs Nation 401. If you did not subscribe already, and I don't know what you'd be doing if that's the case, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything here on this channel. Enjoy the game tonight, everyone, and as always, keep believing. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos, make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.